Another type of wrap for your headphones you can make is as I sort of call a yo-yo style, which is two sections with which a narrower section in the middle, like a yo-yo. So I've made a mock-up to check the sizes, check it all works. So I've come up with, I'm going to do a nice square design. I'm actually going to round the corners on it, and I've checked that the size I make is big enough. I actually had to make it a bit thicker in the middle to check it all round nicely. So you do need to have an idea of the size and shape you want before you start. And again, we're going to use the cell row box setup. So when you're looking at the various things you can do, you want to pick that. But actually I don't want that there particularly. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go on camera and standard views and look at it from the top. Now the technique I'm going to use is using offset to make various shapes. And I'm going to start by drawing my shape, and I've decided that mine's going to be square and that 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters is the right size. So I've clicked in the bottom in dimensions, 5,5, so I don't need to click and then just type it in. Because this is set up for centimeters, I don't need to put 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. If I click the enter button on the keyboard, that will make a 5 centimeter by 5 centimeter square. Now I want to round the corners on this, so I'm going to make that full screen, and I'm going to draw some guidelines. So the guidelines are going to help me to draw. So looking at it says midpoint to midpoint, midpoint to midpoint, and I'm going to chop it into 8 pieces. So midpoint to midpoint again. So that gives me a nice grid. And now I'm going to use the arc tool here to draw a shape that I want. So I'm going to draw from there to there and then around. Okay. I'm going to lock that onto there again. I'm going to edit undo that because I don't think that quite worked right. So if you're not sure, edit undo, click onto the endpoint, click onto the endpoint, that's fine. Same thing here, click onto the endpoint, quarter circle. It's always worth pausing for a second and check it lights up with the right thing. So quarter circle, finally that one to there, wait a second, quarter circle. I can now click on my rubber and remove the bits I don't need. So there and there and there. And again, the same thing in the middle here. Anything that goes blue is going to disappear. Oh, there we go. So now that's my 5 centimeter square with rounded corners. I'm going to change the camera view to an isometric view, and I'm going to extrude this up. I don't want anything incredibly thick, so I'm going to extrude it up about 3 millimeters. So again, 3 millimeters is 0.3 centimeters. And now I've got the first section of my yo-yo style headphone wrap.